it was just so great to be immersed back in this world again because The Sopranos ended back in '06. So from '06 to now, I've seen nothing but reruns over and over and over again. So now I'm reintroduced back to this world again, to this universe again, to hang out with the crew at Satriel's. You know what I'm saying? Having a gabagool sandwich, shooting the shit. Oh, fuck out of here. Yo, the time has finally come. The Many Saints of Newark drops this week. And thanks to my boy, Darnell from the Rejected Heroes Media, I got to see it a few days early, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, little brother. Salute, goddammit. So yeah, The Many Saints of Newark is a prequel to my favorite show of all time. If you want to know something about Rashad G loves The Sopranos. It's my favorite show ever. Ever. Mount Rushmore, Sopranos, The Wire, Breaking Bad, potentially Cobra Kai. That fourth spot is still open. And I gotta say, I think if you're a fan of this show, I think you're really gonna love this movie. If you're not a fan of the show, or if you've never seen the show, I don't know. I don't think this movie's gonna be for everybody. You know, I'm curious to see what people say about it that haven't seen the show and how they're gonna walk away from it. Because me personally, I took my older brother to see it. We both saw it together, and the movie put a smile on our face the whole time. Like we're just smiling at the screen, like, yo, okay, yeah, that's from that part on the show. Okay, this is what Tony was talking about here. Okay, boom, this is what happened there. So we're catching all the Easter eggs and all the mentions of characters that we don't even see. So it was just so great to be immersed back in this world again because The Sopranos ended back in '06. So from '06 to now, I've seen nothing but reruns over and over and over again. So now I'm reintroduced back to this world again, to this universe again, to hang out with the crew at Satriel's. You know what I'm saying? Having a gabagool sandwich, shooting the shit. Oh, fuck out of here. But with a new story. Even though the faces are different, it's all the characters that we love, but in a different form now. Okay, this takes place in the 60s and the 70s. And so the characters that we know and love, most of them are here, some of them are mentioned, some of them made cameos. But if you're a fan, you're good. I think you're going to love this movie. I really dug this movie. I have to watch it a second time to say if I really loved it or not, but I really dug it. But that's not to say I do have some gripes with it, but I'm going to get to that in a little bit. So The Saints of Newark is the story of Dickie Moltisanti, who is the father of one of the lead characters in the show, Chris Moltisanti, played by Michael Imperioli, if I'm saying his name right. So Dickie I know I'm not going to remember the name. Dickie is played by Alessandro Novola. Is he Spanish? Playing in Italian. Oh, shit. So yeah, so it's about Dickie and his come up in the mafia world and taking Tony under his wing. And just, just seeing the Sopranos, seeing Sopranos Jersey in the 60s and the 70s through his eyes and his journey. And that's what it's about. So this movie's 2 hours long, and I wish it would have been longer. I could have watched this for 3 or 4 hours if I keep it a buck with you. That's how engaged I was in this story. And this also takes place during the race wars of the 60s, the riots and shit. And he has a rival, a black dude, no surprise, played by Leslie Odom Jr. I think his name was Harold in the movie. And by the way, Leslie Odom Jr., he played Sam Cooke in One Night in Miami, if you've seen that. So he has a rivalry with Harold because Harold works for him and he wants to branch off on his own. He's tired of being disrespected and just being known as a black that can't make money, that can't stay on his own 2 feet. He has to depend on the mafia. Fuck that. I want to be independent. I want to be on my own, and starts a war with Dickie and the rest of the Soprano crew. And that's pretty much where the story kind of takes off. The one thing I wish we could have got was more of Johnny Boy Soprano, who was Tony's pops and Uncle June, because they're mentioned a lot in the show. They showed a lot of flashbacks in the show of the 60s when Junior and Johnny ran Jersey, and we didn't see a whole lot of that, but I get it. This is Dickie's story, and it's about Dickie and Tony, you know what I'm saying, their relationship, and not so much with his pops, because I guess Tony really didn't have a relationship with his pops, and I get that, but I wish we could have seen more of Johnny, especially being played by John Bernthal, man. That guy's such a great actor. I wish he could have got more to do than to make a couple of wisecracks every now and then and neglect his kids. Shout out also to Michael Gandolfini. He did a great job as young Tony. Like, he literally is young Tony, okay? He looks like his pops. He has all his mannerisms, his physicality, you know what I'm saying? The eyes and everything, the voice. you know, he did a great job as Tony. You know, just that he had that innocence about him, that youth innocence, but at the same time, you could tell he was always a fucking knucklehead. He was destined to go down a road of crime, and that's what happened with him. You know, that's no spoiler. He does become Tony Soprano. You know, one of the greatest TV villain of all time, or character of all time. I can't even call him a villain. Ray Liotta also does a good job in here. You can tell he's having fun in the role. You know what I'm saying? He's having a blast playing this character. It's a shame, man. Like, after Goodfellas, Ray Liotta was supposed to be like that guy, like a De Niro or a Pesci, and it just didn't happen for him, man. Like, I mean, he's had a couple of starring roles, but he just never got to that level where he could have been. I mean, he could have been a Pacino or a De Niro, but this performance in this movie was like, yo, he definitely could have been up there with those greats, man. So yeah, a couple of gripes that I had. I felt like there was some subplot set up that really didn't go anywhere. And maybe I have to watch it a second time to really catch everything, because when the movie went off, it ended very abruptly. Like, holy shit, like, that's how it ends? You know, like, I mean, I really dug it. I was somewhat satisfied, but I'm like, damn, I felt, maybe because I just wanted more. I've missed The Sopranos, man. I haven't been here since 2006, and I'm back. It's like a family reunion, and it's over already, you know, in 2 hours. If this movie would have been 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes, I would have really loved that. But then, you know, people would have complained like, well, you know, this could have been shorter. They could have, you know, left that out, or whatever. But see, these are not fans of the show. I guarantee anybody that's a fan of the show will watch this and be like, damn, I wish it was longer, because you want to explore everything. You want to go back and revisit everything, which is impossible to do in a 2-hour movie. You're talking about 6 seasons worth of shit in a 2-hour movie. Impossible to do, but hopefully they will expand this and make more origin stories, like origin movies or whatever. Okay, let's get a movie about Hesh. Let's get a movie about Silvio. Let's get a movie about how Junior and Johnny Boy did get started in the game. You know what I'm saying? Look, I want to see Teenage Tony. Okay, Michael Gandolfini can come back and play Tony again, because there were some things that were talked about in the show that Tony did, that he accomplished, that were not in the movie. So I want to see the come up of Tony and Jackie Aprile. You know what I mean? And yeah, there were a couple of questions I had, because, all right, I'm gonna say that for a spoiler review. Because there was something that kind of confused me, and I said, wait a minute, I gotta go back to the show and see this shit. Bottom line, I dug this movie. Okay, not to ramble on, I dug this movie. All right, I can't say whether I loved it yet. I'm gonna watch it again most likely on Friday when it drops, but I dug it. It put a smile on my face. It felt like Sopranos, okay? It was violent enough. It was funny enough. I was laughing. A couple of times I was shocked. I was like, oh, there's like some what the fuck moments. And good acting, good ass fucking directing. But like I said, like, the ending kind of threw me off a little bit, and there was some subplots, like I said, that really didn't go anywhere, or the payoff didn't live up to what they were hyping it up to be. I mean, as far as like the story, okay, like, kind of like with a lot of these gangster shows where they hype up a war, they hype up this battle, and then you really don't get it the way you expected. But that's just it, y'all. But yeah, wrapping it up, I'm gonna give this a B+. Right now, I'm gonna give it a B+. I could change my mind on Friday and give it an A, but as of right now, first viewing, I give The Many Saints of Newark a B+. Shout out to David Chase and the director Alan Taylor for bringing this back to us again. This is a love letter to the fans of The Sopranos, and I appreciate the fuck out of y'all, man. Can't wait to see more. Okay, if anybody on the cast and crew watch this, okay, please, we need more spin-off Soprano stories. I could watch them all day. And that's it, and that's all. Have you seen the movie? What'd you think about it? Comment freely below. If you like and dig this content, hit that like and subscribe. Notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.